Hello everyone in the great capital city of Albany, New York. This is the Albany News Update Show, and I am your gregarious host, Jonathan Madden. And to my right, stage left, as always, is the ever-cheerful Brian McKenzie. Hey Brian, did you know that Albany used to be called Fort Orange? Did you know that?
Yes, I did know
Yes,
that.
Fort Orange. Well, I bet you didn't know that Alba is Dutch for orange. So we actually were called Alba, New York, except that early settlers combined the NY of New York with the Alba, and we got Albany, New York. Eventually, in like 100 years, they're going to do it again, and we're going to be Albanini, New York. And like in 1,000 years, we're going to be called Albanini, New York. It's true, because I just made that up. The Times-Union reported that a longtime Capital District psychiatrist was sentenced to prison for more than 3 years after writing prescriptions to patients he never examined. The psychiatrist specialized in addiction recovery, so I guess it was a very unethical way to generate sales. And he also handed out prescriptions in exchange for sex with patients. Now, Brian, didn't we learn our lesson back a few episodes ago with the lawyer who had sex with his client? Didn't we learn lessons from that?
When it comes to sex, I think people will pretty much do anything to obtain it.
To satisfy their need, yes?
Their primal need.
Satiate, even. Ooh, vocabulary
Satiate's a
word of
good
the
word.
dirt. Satiate, then.
Yes.
We must learn from history, fellow Albanians. Work and sex, never mix. Never mix. Multiple news sources have highlighted an apparent comeback for the one and only Andrew Cuomo. And while he's not explicitly stated he's going to run for office again, quote, his conduct fits the definition of a candidate set forth in election law. You are way late. Here he is. Here he is. You gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Don't do it. Don't do it. For the sake of don't do it. For the sake of Albany and everyone in the... Don't look at him. Look at me. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Don't do it. It's not going to end well. Go. Go. Just go. Go.
Andy. Come on, Andy.
All right. Also, hey, everybody out there, pay attention. A statewide burn ban returns on March 16th, just a few days away. So, before the ban takes effect, Brian, you were so ugly that when you were born, the doctor put tinted windows on your incubator. The burn ban. I got to get my burns in before the ban starts on the 16th. On the 16th.
Never seen tinted windows on an incubator.
That's how ugly you were. You don't remember it, but
My incubator didn't have tinted
it's
windows.
what your mother told me. It's what your mother told me.
Yes.
As a follow-up to a story we highlighted last episode, the Daily Gazette now reports that the ophthalmologist who filed a $250,000 lawsuit against the manager of a butcher shop has withdrawn the lawsuit. Dr. David Quiet said he accomplished his goal, which was raising public awareness about the mask mandates, which he opposes and which are now being dropped and no longer needs court intervention. Doc, pretty sure that's not the goal you accomplished. I'm just saying.
Why, this guy sure has a myopic view of things.
He does. He does.
Not to mention that the pandemic is pretty much winding down, it seems,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
most of the mask mandates are being lifted anyway.
And apparently he thought that his lawsuit was what brought the entire tower crumbling down.
Yeah, this guy is a real winner.
Real winner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time in the show for the BMac Attack. BMac, are you ready?
Well, it's not an Albany-related Mac attack again.
Uh-oh.
It's
That's all right. It's another critical thing that's
but it
going on.
affects people in this area.
Yes, absolutely it does. Absolutely it does.
The boss here has been giving me problems because I don't have the local angle.
It's the Albany News Update Show.
News.
Plus the news update show wouldn't make any sense with the acronym.
There is absolutely nothing going on in this area.
Fair enough. It is the middle of February, or March actually, beginning of March, so
I'm still waiting for Tulip Fest.
it's still cold. It's still cold. All right, Brian, go ahead. The floor is yours.
We do have a bomb cyclone coming in tomorrow. That's big news.
Well, we would have a bomb cyclone coming in tomorrow if I had the ability to edit the show the same night in which we tape it. But you fail to realize that the snow will already be over by the time this gets put on the air. Do you know how these things work, Brian? You know how these things work?
Aren't we feigning a live show here?
We're kind of feigning a live show, but you can't talk about something that's happened in the past that's in the future because of how the taping schedule goes.
12 viewers, please let your aesthetic balance go a little bit here and just play along.
Just play along. Here we go. All right, now do you have the floor? I can't. You ready?
The floor is mine.
The floor is yours. Go for it.
Viewers, as you know, Jonathan, as you know,
I know.
the price of gas hit $449.99 this week.
That is expensive.
I hate that when they do that. Why can't they just put $4.50 on
Yes.
the damn sign? This seems to be the single most important thing of a myriad of issues in today's world. People talk about the rising cost of fuel almost as much as they talk about the impending weather events. Bomb cyclone.
Bomb cyclone. That will have already been.
Frankly, I'm tired of hearing about it. Shut the hell up already about these rising prices of gas. Yes, you heard that correctly. I'm tired of the complaining. In fact, there are some people that I'm actually glad that have to pay that much at the pump. I put together a little list together just this week as I was going about my business in life, trying to get through each day as best I can. Of the little things that had just irritated me, I made little notes,
Here we go.
saved it for the BMac Attack, and here we are.
Let's hear it.
Monster truck guy, you know who you are. Your huge truck dwarfs all other normal vehicles on the road. I can't see around you, I can't see over you, I can't see through you. It's a given you've got at least a half a dozen stickers on the back window that are either misogynistic, homophobic, sexist, or xenophobic. A Punisher decal may also be displayed in prominence. Your windows most likely are illegally tinted, darkened to the point where no visible light can even enter the vehicle.
Like your incubator.
I went to Samaritan Hospital. They had no darkened incubators there.
Go on. I'm sorry.
Your engine, monster truck guy,
Monster truck guy.
roars at an abnormally high decibel level. Your truck invariably takes up multiple parking spots, probably intentionally. You have no basis for complaint about fuel prices. None whatsoever. Your truck burns 10 miles per gallon and is the antithesis of fuel economy. I only wish you could pay more per gallon, to be honest. This guy. Sidewalk splatter guy. You just can't help yourself, can you? A nice clean sidewalk. I saw brand new Stewart's the other day.
Yeah.
Brand new Stewart's. Sidewalk, pristine. Guy opens his car door. Out it comes. Dumps the leftover coffee remnants right onto the sidewalk or the parking space, whatever. You lazy, filthy piece of shit. You deserve to pay high fuel prices. You're the scum of the earth. To add insult to injury, sidewalk splatter guy is also known to throw a nice loogie right in the middle of the path. Instead of offering it into the bushes or off to the side, there it is, the mucousy, viscous nasal product from another humanoid for us to step over. Sidewalk splatter guy, you deserve to pay the premium price at the pump too. It's an alliteration. It's hard to say.
Here you go.
Oh, primetime lottery people. There you are. You've just worked 12 hours a day. You want to stop at your local mini-mart to get a beverage for the ride home. Maybe a moon pie. Moon pie.
Moon pie, yes, that's good.
Or whatever carbohydrate confectionery delight that happens to strike your fancy. It's a busy time of the day as everyone is getting out of work. There may be a bit of a line at the head of the line. Your eye catches like a glint of a lottery card in a plastic carrying pouch in a customer's hand at the head of that line. Your eyes close in disgust. Some dolt has decided to play his daily numbers and purchase 52 scratch-off lottery cards at the busiest time of the days. If your eyes were lasers, they would cut through this person like a hot knife going through butter. Everyone in the line looks at each other, shakes their heads, each knowing what the other is thinking. This person deserves to pay every red cent they're charged at the pump. All right, I need to compose myself for this one.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Here we go.
Retrumplicans.
Oh.
That's it. Retrumplicans. I saved the worst for last. Here's what they say. If Trump were still in office, we wouldn't be paying this much for fuel. Memes galore are offering the same narrative online. I grit my teeth whenever Trumplican makes their presence known, trying to remain calm, keeping my blood pressure in check. I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm an independent. I don't judge people by their political party. I think that's dumb. There are ideologies from both parties that I can get behind and support. That's not the issue here. Would we really be paying less if Trump were still in charge? Do presidents determine the cost per barrel?
Are you asking me?
That's a question.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't.
I suppose policy can drive the economy in the energy sector, right? Obviously.
Yes.
The fact is that the U.S. is producing more oil than ever right now, and I believe that 25% more during Biden's first year than Trump's first year. Oh, did you know that?
I did not know that.
There are 9,000 permits open that have been opened to produce oil, and that's not uncommon. 9,000 permits open right now to produce oil in this country.
Nice.
It's been like that. Here's the skinny, folks. Oil companies don't want to produce more oil than they are, particularly in the U.S. It costs 5 times more to produce here than overseas.
Makes sense.
5 times more. This isn't about a weak, feckless Biden getting taken advantage of, although he does look like he's weak and feckless.
He's getting
This is about oil companies taking advantage of world volatility, namely the pandemic and the Ukraine disaster, and gouging the out of the consumer.
I'm going to have to hire a censor at this rate.
I hope he gets paid better than I do. Folks, ExxonMobil is making $97 million a day. $97 million a day. You know who that benefits the most? Their shareholders. That's who they value first, ladies and gentlemen. Good old greed front and center. Politics does come into play here. Your elected officials own $200 million in oil stocks. Democrats and Republicans, including our state senator, Chuck Schumer.
Nice.
Nothing like an elected official with a conflict of interest to keep things real for everyday Americans. You want to keep up? You can't beat them? Join them is what you want to do? Buy stock in the big 4 oil companies. You might as well blame Patrick Madden for the hike in oil prices, or Kathy Sheehan, or whoever the hell is the mayor of Schenectady. Who is that?
Oh,
do you know?
I don't know off the top.
A news.
This is the Albany News Update Show, not the
Bust
Schenectady News. This is not the Schenectady News Update Show. The Albany News Update Show.
Okay, good point.
A news.
His name escapes us at the moment. But somebody, maybe we'll get a comment and somebody will tell us who it is.
Maybe.
And you, yes you, Retrumplicans, I'm looking at you. You deserve to pay every penny you're paying at the pump right now. In fact, you should pay more. They should be paying Southern California prices for fuel right now.
That's expensive. That's expensive.
Damn straight. I'll close and let you know that I drove a Toyota Yaris down to the studio today.
Oh.
That's a Yaris out there.
There you go.
Yeah, I get laughed at in that little car. Clown toy, or clown car, toy car, skateboard, etc., etc., etc. I've heard it all. The derisive looks, the snickering. That little car has gone down 1 click and 60 miles traveled. Losers. Eat my shorts.
Ooh.
Jonathan has a Prius. You can probably tell by looking at him.
Oh, that was a good burn. With the burn ban, he's got to get it in. That was good.
Kind of hypocritical since I'm driving my wife's Yaris. Should we even be disclosing the vehicles that we drive on air?
I don't think it matters.
But at least we're walking the walk here. People, clean, renewable energy. That's what we're talking about here. Stop relying on dictators from Russia, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Venezuela to be stable long enough to keep the prices of fuel at a reasonable level. It ain't going to happen. Stop your bitching, people. We need to adjust our thinking. You get what you deserve when you don't adapt. Monster truck guy, Jonathan does really drive a Prius.
I do.
I really drive a Camaro, so...
Really?
Well, you ever see the size of those trucks? Those tires will crush my little Yaris like nothing.
You drive a Camaro?
No.
I didn't think so. Ladies and gentlemen.
Back when we didn't care about gas and emissions and the atmosphere and all that stuff, yeah, I did drive a Camaro, okay?
There you go. I can see that.
But now, even though I'm 61 and I'm probably going to die soon, and I care about the future for your kids and their kids.
I appreciate that.
You know?
Was it a convertible? T-top? Anything like that?
No, it was no. They were both hard to... T-roofs. I did have a T-top.
See?
The red Camaro. I had two Camaros.
Two Camaros?
Rally Sport, both of them.
Crazy. You were a player when you were younger.
You know, the chicks, dude.
You were a player. I can see that. Ladies and gentlemen, the BMac Attack.
Next time, maybe I'll go for a more local angle on my BMac Attack.
Yeah. No, high gas prices.
Sure, some scintillating topic will come up.
High gas prices affect everyone, even us.
And it is local.
In the capital region, yes. So... And, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out the eyesore that is the dilapidated central warehouse in Albany isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The current owner, who isn't the current owner because of a resolution to transfer the property to a different owner, but the resolution hasn't been voted on yet, so the old owner, who's still the current owner, says he can pay the back taxes once he receives a $14,000 payment from a colleague who owes him a gambling debt. Wait a minute, that guy's my bookie? I didn't know that was the case. Did you know?
Who the hell has a bookie anymore?
Apparently I do.
I mean,
do you remember a couple episodes back I asked you for $14,000 because of the gambling?
You got DraftKings.
People, go back to episode 3 to get that joke if you're in the dark. It doesn't change the fact, though, that the godforsaken building is just going to rot there forever. It was in the background of Salt, Angelina Jolie, though. That was pretty cool. That's how I knew it was Albany, because of that god-awful building.
Did you really think she jumped out of that plane at the end?
No. It's all special effects now.
I like that movie, though.
Right. It's all special effects. It was a good movie. I liked it. And not just because it was filmed in Albany, but because it was filmed in Albany.
She's jumping from ramp to ramp.
Yes.
And,
we have a huge network of bridges right there, so it was pretty cool to see. To see Albany. None of it made sense based on the camera angles.
Girl has no muscle definition whatsoever.
You don't need muscle definition for gravity. You just jump and physics takes over from there.
You could clearly tell it was a sports double or a body double.
Sports double. It wasn't her. Let's move on to the Daily Gazette. Reported that the Saratoga Central Catholic Athletic Director was convicted of impaired driving, which was a plea deal from a crime to just a traffic infraction. However, the Diocese of Albany Catholic Schools was tight-lipped about his employment status. If history is any indication, they'll reshuffle him to another school where he'll continue to have close contact with students and hope it all goes away.
The Catholic Diocese being quiet about something.
A la priest stuff. I'm just saying.
There's no history of that.
Oh, Brian, did you know that you're a person of rare intelligence? It's rare when you show any. burn. Burn ban's coming. I gotta get him in now. News 10.
You could probably open up a set for at the Funny Bone in
Ooh, there you go.
Voorheesville.
Probably. I might be able
Is
to
there
do
a Funny
that.
Bone in Voorheesville?
Are you trying to burn me? It's at Crossgates Mall.
Is that a Funny Bone?
There, yes.
I just made that up.
There's a Funny Bone in Crossgates.
There is a Funny
Mall.
Bone in just about every city.
That was a terrible burn, by the way. You got to work on it, and you're going to run out of time. Burn ban, March 16th. News 10 Albany reports that the Albany Library is holding a Lego building challenge in April. An extra bonus challenge at the event will be to step on a pile of Legos in your bare feet and not swear.
Did you ever put those things in the wrong spot?
Oh, yeah.
And then not be able to get them apart?
I have 3 boys. I have put hundreds of Legos in the wrong spot.
And
They actually sell you a tool, or actually include a tool, to get those apart, and it doesn't work.
oh,
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work?
It's a piece of plastic where the end is much bigger than the small little sliver that you have, if any, to get it in there. So,
You know what I think of when I hear Lego?
what do you think of?
Lego my ego.
Waffles.
The waffle.
I knew you were going to say that, because I thought the same thing when you said Lego. You
I
say
like
it
them
differently?
toasted dark.
Lego, my ego.
And they both got... They're so good
Yes.
that they both have their hands on the leg... or on the... whatever the hell it's called. The waffle.
The waffle. Yes.
Which doesn't taste anything like an egg.
Did they ever resolve?
The egg.
The
Oh my God,
differences?
we got an egg reference in there.
Always have to have an egg reference.
Oh, and we got another drunk story reference in there.
We did. Yes. The
diocese.
driving while impaired.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, we're not supposed to talk about that, though.
No, we're not. It's done. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Do we have a rug to brush that under?
I'm sure they do. The St. Patrick's Day Parade is back, fellow Albanians, and after 2 years of lockdowns, social distancing, and staying locked up in our homes, we're going to kick the, hopefully, end of the pandemic off with the St. Patrick's Day Parade. However, Albany officials are warning against bad behavior and littering. Albany County Executive Dan McCoy said, quote, "When things start opening up, people are starting to get crazy just a tad." Brian, I can honestly say that I speak for everyone when I think this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade will be a calm, respectful, and sober event for everyone involved.
You speak for no one.
I said sobering. The St.
Sober
Patrick's
event,
Day.
yeah, exactly. Irish,
Ah, that's
sober
good.
event.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. That's
Good.
the
I'm a quarter Irish. What are you?
Madden. So it got to be something there, right? Isn't that?
Didn't you ever do that 23andMe?
No. I give my DNA to no one except my wife.
Do you really think anybody gives a shit about your DNA?
Somebody will. What happens when I commit that crime?
I'm not giving them my DNA.
Have you seen Minority Report?
I'm not giving them my DNA.
I'm not doing free
52 billion blood samples go in there.
I'm telling you.
Get me the Madden.
telling you.
Get me the Madden DNA.
I've watched Minority.
I'm going to replicate
I've
him.
watched Minority Report. It can happen. It can
Listen,
happen.
that plot was so convoluted. No one understood what was going on in that movie.
I did.
All right.
I knew what was going on.
What was I going to
Pre-crime.
say?
I don't know.
I forgot.
All right. Let's move on.
I don't even drink.
WAMC reports that the Hudson Valley GamerCon is returning to the Albany Capitol Center. Collegiate esports gamers from around the country will compete in various video games, and various panel discussions will be held, including how to be recruited to be an esports athlete, how to make a career in video game production, how to convince yourself that showering more than once a month is a good thing, and is there more to food than Kraft mac and cheese and Domino's pizza?
Okay. There's two words that should never go together.
What's that?
E-sport and athlete.
E-sport. It just... I'm not disagreeing
Come
with
on.
you, but that's what they call them.
I'm scrolling
Esports
down my
athletes.
ESPN app.
Yes.
And I'm going, okay, football, baseball, hockey, MMA, let's see, NCAA stuff.
Yes.
And
College.
what the hell is this at the end?
Esports.
Okay, Formula One racing, dead last? No, esports.
Esports.
I go,
It's coming, ladies and
what
gentlemen.
the hell
it's
is
coming.
this?
Do you know how old you sound right now? Do you know how old you sound? Do you know what my boys do all day?
Tool Fest is what they should call
They,
that.
this is the new
Esports.
thing. Dude, you're 61. You're 61.
Oh,
My God, you sound so old. You sound so old. I'm sorry.
oh,
You sound
I
so
got
old.
him.
He's so old.
Oh, my wrist hurts.
I don't have anything else. That's it. On that note, somebody get this guy something to be cheerful about. Everybody else, thank you for joining us once again on the Albany News Update Show.
Shoot him.
Stay tuned for our
Where's
next
that laser cannon?
episode.
I'm going to blow his head off.
And as always, support our local media. Watch, read, listen.
This nonsensical ending again.
Stay abreast of what's going on in our area so we can make a positive difference. Good night and good luck. And Brian, I'll never forget the first time we met, although I'll keep trying.